Welcome, world. Welcome to the first edition of the Stocks is Talking podcast weekly wrap up. That's what this is, people. It's the wrap up, getting into what's going on for the week, stocks, crypto, investments, whatever it is. We just want to get on and chop it up. I'm your co-host, Ib, as always. Gets, what's going on?
What's up, Crypto Eb?
Crypto Ib. That's what they're calling me this week on social media. It might stick. We're going to see. We're going to see. So, speaking of crypto, I'm going to get right into it. Doge, it's a slight pullback today. It's a slight pullback. Let's see. And I love this because we're going to do just real time. Right now, Doge is at 55 cents. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about, oh, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? I'm not selling. I'm not budging, Gets.
Yeah, I mean, a pullback is healthy.
It's healthy. That's normal. You
Right.
get a run up, you get pulled back, and it's called a shakeout.
Right, and it's
Your
it's holding up that level.
It's holding up a level. It hasn't gone below 50 cents yet, 45 cents yet. I'm holding on to see what's going to happen Saturday when Elon hits Saturday Night Live. Is he going to talk about Doge or is he not?
Yeah,
If
and is it going to hit or is it going to flop like it did on
Doge Day? Exactly. But I'm holding tough. I'm not going to buy more until I see that. Like if it drops below, right now my average price point is 24 cents.
Okay.
If it drops below my average price point, I might buy some more.
But that's the buy on that dip.
Yeah, that's the major dip that I will buy on. Until then, I'm chilling. Because right now it's all profit. Even with this pullback, a lot of people think they're just going to jump out there and become a millionaire 3 days in. That's not it. This is a slow grind.
That's not the way it works.
It's not. It's not the way it works, ever. So I'm comfortable. I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups where a lot of people, why is Doge dropping? Should I get out? Whoop, whoop. I'm playing the sideline, just watching. I'm comfortable with where it's at. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm chilling. I think my average is a little under 11 cents.
Okay.
So I'm chilling on it. It's holding the level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm waiting to see if it hits $1, if it goes beyond it.
And if it goes beyond it, we just going to the moon, and I'm gonna keep riding that thing up. But I'm not budging. What I am interested in, and I don't want to monetize or monopolize this whole wrap up we got going, but Safemoon is the latest crypto that I've been on for 3 weeks now, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I'm finally seeing some profit on it, but it's becoming a thing. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about Safemoon.
I'm still trying to get in.
Okay.
I can't even. I don't know what's going on. I set everything up earlier, so I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because it's a process. Like that Safemoon, I know when I initially got in, and I talked about it on the pod a few weeks ago about my process to get it. I had to download Trust Wallet. I had to buy Binance. I had to go to Pancake Swap, and I had to swap it from Binance to Smart Chain. Then from Smart Chain to Safemoon. It's a whole lot of hoops to jump. That was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And I should have went through your process because I went through that other process that you showed me earlier. That somebody put up.
The BitSmart.
Yeah, that ain't it.
That ain't the move.
That ain't the move.
What was going on with that?
Nah, now I'm sitting on. The money's already put in to the USDT, but it's not showing up in the account yet. I'm still waiting for it to post.
Yeah. And
And
that's the issue with a lot of these crypto platforms. What I'm seeing with a lot of people talking about, like, hey, I put my money in, I'm still waiting to get approved.
Right.
So that's one thing we have to take in consideration when we start hearing about these cryptos, what's coming, what's the latest hot new topic. You've got to already be in these platforms early, even if you're not ready to buy. Just get situated in it in advance, because you might want to go and jump on something on that day. Little do you know, you might not get in that day.
You might not get in that week.
Exactly. You might not get in that week. So that's something to think about if you're out there listening, if you're into the crypto, try to get your platforms in order, get familiar. And that's something we've talked about on one of the pods. Get familiar with your platform. understand what it's going to take to get to it, because it
Right.
might be a little slow grind. But once you get in, you're able to kind of wait patiently and see where it go. So
Yeah.
I'm in on the safe. Honestly, I've been down on Safemoon for the last 2 weeks. I've been in it. I got 22 million shares, like $130. Then all of a sudden today, I don't know what happened. I think it's because of the word of mouth and people are looking at
a lot of chatter.
a lot of chatter.
Whole lot.
It was up. I think you gave me a percentage earlier. How much was it up today?
Like 50%.
And I'm seeing every bit of that growth.
Yeah,
I
yeah. And I was trying to get in while you was down. I'm
Right.
mad now. I needed to drop again.
Yeah. But the good thing is it's so cheap right now. Even if you get in the next week or two, like I was telling my mom, my mom's trying to get in. She's making a little money off the Doge. Now she wants in on Safemoon. I'm like, look, I'll be there this weekend for Mother's Day. I help you get in, but I promise you, I probably won't be a millionaire by Saturday. So you got time. It's cool. Right. You got time. So
yeah. If you are, then we all just eat off you. I mean, it is what it is.
That's a fact, though. I already told if I get on, if I eat, everybody eats that's in my circle. And guess you happen to be in my circle. Yeah. So if I get that 22 mil, you good.
Oh, yeah, I already know it. You ain't got to tell me. I knew it before you did.
Throughout, no doubt. I ain't even mad at you.
You know?
So that's my little crypto talk. I know you've made some moves this week in the stocks, the earnings, a few plays. Like, what's been going on with you this week?
Yeah, I just been keeping an eye on things. I ain't made too many moves. I made a little move on Palantir today.
Okay.
Buying, I bought some put options on them. Rolled that down today.
Okay.
Little 20%. That's
little 20%, something slight. Yeah. That's the humble brag, Gets, and that's what I love about you. Humble brag.
Yeah,
quick 20%.
Yeah, a little 20% because Palantir is dropping. Everything that's high growth, high multiple is dropping right now. It is what it is. So until we see that rotation back in the tech, I'm just like, you know what? I got, I'm hurting on that side of it. So I said, let me make some money on the way down. So I'm like, yeah, let me take a little 20% off the top. It's nothing. Well, and there was the other one the other day I told you about Hayward, the pool supply company.
The pool company, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that one was, I think I might have hit for 100% on that one.
Sheesh. Was that an option or you just bought the stock outright?
That was an option.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled that up because I bought them just off some hype, just because that's a big thing now after the whole Texas freeze. And summertime's coming, so there's pool issues. They talking about the chlorine shortage, but maybe it's not really a chlorine shortage, but there's a bunch of hype around it. So everybody's out buying up all the pool supplies. So I jumped in it.
Okay.
It just so happened they had earnings the next morning. They beat earnings by 500%.
Damn, 500%?
500%. So
was you in prior to earnings or you jumped in after?
I got him. Yeah. Yeah, but the spread was crazy on it, so I got in it, and the next day, as soon as the market opened, I'm up. I had 8x my money.
8 times your money?
Yeah, 8x my money, but the spread was so crazy on it, I couldn't get the 8x.
Okay.
The difference between the buy and the ask, that spread was so crazy, I couldn't get it. I was only able to double up.
Okay. But so you still doubled up though. You still made bank.
Yeah. So I cashed that out.
Word. That's something I want to touch on real quick. Those spreads, people, if you out there investing, be mindful what the spreads look like. Because you jump in, think, all right, bet I'm up so much money, but if your spread, meaning how much the buy is and how much the asking price is, what's the buying price, what's the asking price?
Yeah.
If that spread is crazy, you'll look like Getz did. He's up 8 times his money, but the spread won't even allow you to get out at that 8 times.
Right.
And I gotta bring this up because this is something we talked about in the pod last week. market order, limit order. Did you get out at a market order, or did you have to exercise a limit order to get that bread?
Hell no, I wasn't doing no market order. I did that limit. I wasn't gonna let. I would, because think about it. If your spread's that wide, you mark it out, you might get out at a loss. I'm not doing that. You're not gonna show. You're not gonna show me an 8x trade and then have me losing money. Nah, you know.
Word.
So I did a limit order. I had to catch it though. It was tough.
Okay.
I had to catch it because it started coming down. As soon as the market opened, it started coming down.
You know? So you had to keep putting in new limits to see if it would catch or stick. Yeah. Okay. That's the game. That's the game. But that's all about that smart money investing. These are the type of techniques we want to use. And we always talk about this on the pod. This is the first time we're bringing it to you live in video, where you see me saying, be a smart money investor. Right. That means pay attention to if you're exercising a market order or a limit order. Something like this, limits is going to be the difference between coming out on top or coming out on the bottom, holding the bag and looking foolish. Yeah. You know what I mean? So smart money move.
That could have turned ugly real quick. You know? But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of earnings this week. You know, we had a Square. Square just put out earnings.
How did they do? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they said the sales was at least like 100-200% year-over-year sales growth, something like that. Crazy quarter. I haven't even gone through all the numbers. Crazy quarter.
Okay.
You know.
So with that crazy quarter, how'd they look? And let me check out Square as we're talking. Because I own them, I haven't even been tracking. I'm not gonna lie. They don't call me crypto ill for no reason. It's all I've been looking at is my crypto. Right. So it's like I got my holdings in the stocks. I haven't even been tracking them. Like I'm holding long term, so they do what they're gonna do. But I'm about to take a look at Square right now.
I think they dropped.
Did they?
I think so.
Let's see. And if they drop, I'm trying to understand if they just blew earnings out the water, why they drop. But that makes it so tough to play those earnings plays.
That's why they play.
True. I'm looking at them now. They were down 3% today. They closed at $223. Even though in after hours they're up to 228, so they're up 2% in after hours.
Now the only thing I'd be worried about is you get this big jump up in extended hours, and then you got to worry about, is that going to hold? You know, when we wake up tomorrow morning, is it going to hold, or is it going to give those? They're going to give those gains back.
On top of the fact, something that I brought up at one of the pod episodes on Fridays, a lot of people like to take their profit for the week. Exactly. That's just something that happens. So if people made a little bit of profit off Square during the week, Friday comes, they pulling out for the weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend. People probably got late, plans that they're doing last second. Like, let me pull out some of this profit and take some of these gains. So that could have an impact on the entire market tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. That's why I don't play through earnings. I don't even bother. I every time I've done it, it's been by accident lately. True. It's just too many earnings. I'm not, it's hard to keep track of them all. Yeah. So, but I'm telling you, I don't play through the earnings, especially right now. Square is one of those companies that's a high multiple. They got a high PE ratio. So
PE meaning price to earnings.
Price to earnings.
You gotta talk to the people, guys. They don't know what PE is. Some people do, some people don't.
Yeah. I mean, we just chopping it. So
facts. True. But yeah, price to earnings, you got to pay attention to that.
Yeah, they're multiples super high. So you got to think about that. Everything with those high multiples right now is down. True. We're in a rotation. We've rotated out of tech.
Where we rotating to? If we out of tech, where we rotating to?
We're rotating to more the industrial stuff like that. Look at Cat. We was just talking about Cat. Cat was down last week. Look at Cat now. Cat hit 240 today, I think. Crazy. Home Depot. I think they went up to like 333 or something like that.
That's your dividend play too. So I know you love Home Depot.
And Cat. I'm still, I'm eating off them dividends all day.
Word.
know.
Word.
So I'm good on that. But you know, we was just talking about them dipping.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at them.
So
Yeah.
So that's something to think about though. If you're out there listening or you're thinking about what to invest in, you gotta follow the trends.
Right.
Like Gus just said, we're kind of transitioning out of tech at the moment. I still think tech is the long-term play.
Hell yeah.
Sure. No question about that. So you want to hold all your techs potentially. And again, of course, we are not financial advisors. Ibn Getz, we just are two gentlemen that love to invest and we love to talk about it. At the end of the day, you got to do your due diligence. You got to trade at your own risk and do what's right for your portfolio. But as we chop it up and we kind of come up with ideas while we're talking in terms of what we can do, how we want to play certain things.
Right.
So right now, in the way the markets are looking, the way the world is rotating, we're transitioning. Techs are lagging a little bit, but to your point, industrials, things like CAT, things like Home Depot are kind of booming somewhat. So you might want to look into adding some of those plays into your portfolio.
Yeah, and now's the time to be buying that dip.
Buy the dips. Buy the tech dips. Yeah.
I was doing it today.
Yeah.
I was shopping.
Okay.
I was definitely doing some shopping today. I went through my charts. I looked at Neo. I was listening to their earnings call today.
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at Neo. I looked at Southwest. I looked at Disney.
Okay.
I love Disney.
Okay.
I was looking at all of them today, and I'm like, is it a good spot to buy? Or is it not? And I did a little bit of buying. I wanted to leave some cash available for those quick trades like Palantir, where I made that 20%, and like Hayward making that 100%. I'm trying to leave cash available for those.
Okay.
But I'm trying to buy that dip.
Has to. That's the name of the game. That's the biggest smart investor move, smart money move you can think of is buying the dips. Mm-hmm. While everybody's panicking. And what was that phrase that you hit us with a couple episodes when everyone's panicking? What did you say?
What was it? Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy.
Yo, that's a nugget because that's something you can take with you every single day. Every time there's something going on in the markets, people are panicking. Okay, look at that. People are being greedy. Okay, look at that. Like you've got to be able to play the game the way the smart money investors play the game. Feel me? And that's what we do. That's what we try to do. We win some, we lose some, but the overall goal is to win more than we lose. Right. And to manage those risk management is everything. So if you see that you're losing, get out of your losers and get into those winners. One thing my pops always says to me, get rid of the losers and add on to your winners. A lot of times people will be an emotional investor. They're like, hey, I know it's going to come back. I know it's going to come back. You will hold and just watch all your money drain out. So as opposed to doing that, apply some risk management. Like, all right, this is losing. What I initially thought is wrong. Let me get out, try to see if I can save some of my initial principal that I invested and put that into something that's winning right now and allow that to grow. You got to feed your winners and cut ties with those losers. Yeah. That's one of those biggest things, man, but it comes with time and experience. And it comes with losing. It comes with I know for me, Getz, I have lost on quite a few stocks, but I've also won on stocks, a minimal gain, and then I watch it blow up till it's like, yo, why didn't I just let it run? You've got to let your runners run and cut ties with the losers. You feel me?
Right.
So that's the biggest thing. If you see that thing running, let it run. Set those stop limits.
Or trailing stops.
Trailing stop. I'm sorry, yeah, not a stop limit. Thank you for correcting me, guys. Trailing stop. Let that thing just trail with you. If you don't know what a trailing stop is, Google it. We ain't gonna get into all that. Just Google trailing stop. Do your due diligence.
Investopedia.
Investopedia. You feel me? And they will let you know what a trailing stop is. But that's one of those things that'll allow you to let those runners run and make more money, more money, more money.
Right.
Speaking of more money, Getz, I gotta slide back off to crypto. Ethereum took off this week. Took off this week to the point where people buying houses, people buying cars, people are cashing out big time.
Yeah, are you sitting on any?
I've got like 200 shares of Ethereum, or $200 worth, because I can't say shares, it's not stock. I've got $200 worth, so I'm making a little bread. But like one of my homeboys told me today, he's sitting on $2,000 worth of Ethereum. So like he sees it going up and it's going up for him. You know, I'm making like $300-400 on it. You know, nothing to sneeze at because it's still money. But some people out here caking up off Ethereum.
It's crazy. And I seen the momentum off of Ethereum. I seen Ethereum Classic was moving. Somebody brought that to me. It went from $16 to $190 was the high today.
I've been hearing about that in the Facebook groups, and it's been a lot of chatter. I had never heard of Ethereum Classic until today. I keep hearing about it.
Yeah.
Do you know the difference? I don't even know what the difference is between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic.
Somebody was trying to explain it to me. They were saying Classic is the original, and then the other Ethereum that's one of the forks off of it. I don't know if that was correct or not. All I know is that joint. Somebody I know they bought it at 16. They spent 100. I think they bought 10 coins.
Okay. And that's like $160 maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And now, and then the high today, it was at 190. Last I checked, it was at like 130, which it's healthy pullback, right? So, you know, it could keep going. But man, the numbers are crazy.
I might need to look into getting into Ethereum Classic, but I feel like one thing I never like to do is jump on a wave when a wave is up here and I already missed it. I don't want to jump in on the wave as it's supposed to bounce back down.
Yeah, you don't want to catch a wave. You don't want to be on top of a wave that's crashing.
Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah. I don't want that. So I feel like Ethereum Classic is one of those ones where I just kind of sit on the sideline and congratulate you if you was in. Hey, good job.
Yeah,
I wasn't a part of it.
I know. I was looking at the chart for Ethereum. With Ethereum pulled back some too, but Ethereum still looks healthy. So if Ethereum keeps going, I've even heard people talk about it going to 10 grand.
That's everyone's been talking about that 10 grand.
Yeah, that I don't want to be part of that FOMO wave neither. But it had me. I was 2 seconds from just buying one token. Just
a full token.
A full token. I was like, I might just buy one. You know, but I'm like, I don't know. But the utility's there. You know,
what's the utility for Ethereum?
Ethereum, you have the smart contracts, you have the NFTs. You know, I was bringing that up before.
Oh, NFT. So Ethereum's with the. Oh, that's right. Because if you want to make a NFT, you kind of go through Ethereum, right? I think I looked that up.
It's one of them. You can do it on a couple different blockchains, but Ethereum is the biggest. Okay. So you're proving out the utility. You know. So just like we talk about, you know, with Doge. Doge didn't have a utility, but now its utility is looking like being a currency. Yep. You know. Okay. You're proving out the utilities.
Okay. You know. So that's a major thing. If you're trying to get into the crypto world, the crypto buying frenzy, you got to Google what that utility is for each of those coins you're looking at.
Yeah, read the white papers.
The white papers, which I will say, just going back to Safemoon, I haven't seen a utility yet for Safemoon. And again, it's only been out 2 months. So it's a new crypto, but I don't see the utility just yet.
Yeah, they've talked about what the utility is, but it's not actually being used for anything. It's just getting pumped.
It's getting pumped.
Yeah. So that I don't know about, but that's why I said, you know what, I'll set it up and I'll drop $100 in. You know, if I lose $100, it is what it is. I get that back.
Word. But the crazy thing is, if you put in $100, that's gonna give you like millions of shares. So if it just so happens to gain a utility and all of a sudden blow up 2 years from now, you're in the money on a whole nother level, which is why I'm saying on it. I only put in $130.
Right.
which is now worth like 200 and something now because it's been kind of rising today. But yeah, that $100 investment can prove to be very, very, very valuable. But again, kind of like you said, if I lose $100, I lose $100. That's the biggest thing. If you're out here investing, you can only invest what you're comfortable with losing every last cent of it, you know? And we've touched on that topic before. I'm not gonna get too much into it. If you can't afford to lose $100 and literally be okay with it, like you're not hurt, you're not sad, you're not like, oh, how am I gonna pay this? Then that's how you invest. But if you're gonna be hurting from that money you're investing, then you should not invest.
Yeah, go pay your rent.
Go pay your rent. Go put food in your kids' stomachs and your stomach. Do whatever you got to do, but use that money wisely.
Yeah.
However, if you go ahead,
if you can do all those things and then you only got $1 left over, and that's a free dollar. You ain't got nothing you got to do with it. Take that dollar and invest it. You can buy fractional shares.
Word.
You know, you can still collect a dividend even on $1.
Even on $1. That's a nugget. That's a post right there.
You know?
That's something we might put on the socials.
Yeah.
You know? If y'all ain't following us, you need to. Instagram, IB_Gets_podcast. Facebook, Stocks is Talking Podcast with Ibn Gets. And if you haven't listened to the pod, our weekly journal on Anchor, you gotta check us out. We on Spotify, we on Anchor, we on Google Podcasts, and a slew of other platforms. Stocks is Talking Podcast with Ibn Gets. Check us out. Had to get that plug real quick, but there was another thing I wanted to bring up, and really this was something I think you brought to my attention, Peloton. So I know I had heard about Peloton kind of tanked. I don't know if it was this week or maybe last week, because something happened with their treadmills. Am I tripping? Something happened. Okay.
Yeah, there was some injuries and there was some kids got injured and I think a kid died. And so some government agency said it was Peloton's fault. And they wanted them to recall them. Peloton said no.
Okay.
A video came out showing, this kid getting caught in the treadmill. The kid was fine, but they showed this kid getting caught in the treadmill. But so now Peloton was fighting it the whole time. Now the CEO came out and he said, we were wrong. We're going to do a recall on every one of our treadmills.
Okay.
Which I'm pissed about because I think it's user error, but it's whatever. So the stock's been tanking. Peloton's one of those high growth. I've had Peloton for a while now. I think at one point I was up 700% on Peloton.
Sheesh.
700%. 700%. But I held them because I like the company. They just had earnings. They blew earnings out of the water. Over 140% growth. For the quarter. The company's crazy, but you got. And
I think Beyonce is involved with them.
She just did a deal with them.
Yeah, she did. Yep.
Yeah.
Because my girl, she did a deal with them and like HBCUs get like a free subscription or something. Because my fiance went to Spelman and she was using like the Peloton, whatever they did through Beyonce, she was using it because she went to Spelman. I was like, okay, Peloton and Beyonce doing something. So that's how I heard about that.
Yeah, Peloton right now, you got to weigh out all the pros. I'm actually thinking about buying more. You got to weigh out all the pros and cons because, Peloton was a stay-at-home play too.
They were. Yeah.
The gyms were closed. So Peloton was a big stay-at-home play. That's when I was up 700% because nobody was going with, So their demand was so high they couldn't keep up. I think it was like a 2-3 month wait for you to get a piece of equipment.
Okay.
So the company blew up. They just bought another company that makes the gym equipment for the actual gyms. So now they say they're actually getting close to being able to fulfill demand. That's why the numbers were so high this quarter. But they got this recall going on. Things are opening back up. Even though they bought the manufacturer of the gym equipment. So I'm like, all right, things open up. Now they just got to send the stuff to the gym.
Yep. Do we know what the name of that company is? That gym equipment company that they.
I think it's Precor. I think is the name of it. I have to double check, but I think that's the name of it, Precor or something like that.
Okay.
It's
So
supposed
that's
to be.
something.
I think it was one of the largest manufacturers of gym equipment.
Mm.
You know, they bought them. They bought them for short money. They bought them at a perfect time because everything's closed, so that company's not making money.
But then when everything opens back up, and that's so smart, Gets, because that's even something we do as smart money investors. We're looking at what's going now on in the present, what's going to happen in the future.
Right.
Peloton was the present during the time of COVID because everybody's inside, people are trying to find a way to stay active because they can't get out and go to the gym. Now things are opening up. How do I capitalize as an investor on companies that profit from people getting out and going to the gym?
Yeah, you buy the guy that makes the equipment.
Yeah, you buy that. Like it's as simple as that. And that's not simple because everyone won't take the time and effort to put in this kind of due diligence. But that's how you want to think. That's how we want to think as a smart money investor. What's going on currently and how can I benefit
Right.
from it?
And it also gives them manufacturing capacity. Because if they can't build equipment fast enough, right? And then you got this other company who they can't sell nothing, they can't do nothing. You're like, y'all got whole factories we can use.
Right.
You know? So you can use their factories, you know, and then you can also sell the equipment to the gyms. You got so many different ways to play it. You know. So that was a good play all around, but you got to weigh the pros and cons on Peloton right now, how this is going to affect them. Because the treadmills aren't a huge chunk of their sales.
Okay.
But if you got a recall treadmills that you're selling for $2,000-$3,000, what kind of hit are you going to take? You know. So
true.
It's got to let it play out. I looked at the charts. It looks like it might go down some more. You know, if it keeps dipping the way it's dipping, I'm buying heavy.
I'm gonna have to look into it too. Do we know what they're trading at right now?
I think they're in the 80s right now. They moved up a little bit after the earnings, but it wasn't much.
Okay.
They moved up a little bit there. I think they're in the low 80s, 82, 83, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's definitely something I'm gonna look into. And again, people, we are not financial investors. We're not financial advisors. You know what gets? I find that we always say investors when we mean advisors.
Yeah.
We are not we are not financial advisors. We are investors. We invest all the time. But we're just two cats that love to invest and we love to talk about it. At the end of the day, you got to do your due diligence. You got to trade at your own risk, use your own discretion. You've got to make sure you do what's best for your portfolio. I want to make sure everybody follows us on all social media platforms that we're available. Right now, we're on IG. Hit us up, IB_gets_podcast. Hit us up on Facebook, Stocks is Talking Podcast with Ibn Gets. That's where we at. That's the podcast. Also, check us out on Anchor, Stocks is Talking Podcast with Ibn Gets. That's where you can find the pod. You can also find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stocks is Talking Podcast with Ibn Gets. That's where we at, people. We want y'all to come check us. This was just a quick weekly wrap up, a review on what's going on out here in these stocks streets and these crypto streets. Just wanted to kind of tap in with everybody, let you know what we're seeing, what we're expecting, what we're doing, how we're reacting to the markets during the week. But, we hope y'all enjoyed this. This is just the first of many Gets. We're going to be out here putting these things out. I'm not going to say every week. I ain't going to commit us to that, but we're going to be out here. Y'all going to see us. You feel me?
Yeah.
So definitely check us out. We're also on Discord. Gets, how can they catch us on Discord?
Yeah, they got to hit us on the social. We'll send an invite.
Hit us on the socials. We'll send you the invite for Discord. Y'all can come chop it up with us in real time. You feel me? And we'll get it moving. But for right now, we came, we saw, we conquered. That's it. That's all, folks.
Yo.